Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings, Tarot from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. It's the 16th to the 22nd of September 2019. I'm really sorry there aren't any opening credits and stuff this week, simply that I'm recording from a different location. I'm using my iPad Pro to do that, and trying to edit videos on the iPad Pro, it's easy enough, but it does tend to take up a hell of a lot of space when I'm trying to do it that way, as opposed to when I'm at home doing the videos for YouTube. I've got all of my camera equipment, all my editing equipment, all my monitors, everything that I can make the videos more kind of professional. So please pardon me that there aren't any opening credits this week, and that your reading is just kind of coming ad hoc as we speak on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday the 15th I'm recording this on, so please pardon me for that, okay? I'm using different decks this week. Again, I can't hone down and show you those decks, okay? So please pardon me for that as well. What I'll try and do is in the description bar, I'll try and put a list of the decks that I used for the reading, okay? All right, we're going to make a start then, and what we're going to do first, Scorpio, is we're going to have a look at your week ahead, your weekly check-in. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of, you know, shuffle the cards, see what's going on for the week, weekly check-in, and then we're going to have a look at your work and also your love life for the week as well, and kind of beyond, I guess, okay? As I said, I can't hone down on the cards this week because I'm very restricted. I'm recording from, again, my twin sister's beautiful wardrobe room. But, yeah, so here we go. Let's have a look, guys. And it's the message that you want, okay, at the end of the day. So we're going to have a look at what's happening for you guys, okay, this week. We're going to ask the universe, firstly, who Scorpio is this week. Universe, Spirit, show me who is Scorpio, 16th to the 22nd of September 2019. And what is the theme for the week for Scorpio? What's the theme for the week for Scorpio? Okay, there we go. And universe, can you show me, please, for Scorpio, what is Scorpio's goal for the week? Okay. And what is it that they need? What's the obstacle that Scorpio needs to overcome this week? Okay. And can you also show me, please, universe, what could Scorpio be achieving this week? Okay, there we go. We'll put those all there like that. And finally, please, can you show me, universe, what is it that Scorpio needs to avoid this week? What does Scorpio need to be avoiding this week? What should they embrace this week? And if they need advice and support, where can they go to get that this week? Okay. There we go. Oh, sorry about that rocky iPad. It's on a bezel. It's on a boom suspension thing at my sister's, but sorry, I just bumped it. Okay. Let's have a look at Scorpio, who you are this week, Scorpio. You are showing as being, wow. Oh my God, you're showing as being the star. Nice. Nice energy, Scorps. Well done. If you're the star, there's several things with the tarot. It's like, for example, something like the Fool card. You wouldn't always read a Fool card and say it's all about new beginnings. Sometimes with the Fool card, you are the Fool, and sometimes you make mistakes as the Fool. So my niece did I'm teaching her tarot at the moment, and she did a 5-card reading for me today that was absolutely accurate. It all happened this morning. And she had, what she get, the 5 of Cups and the Fool, and then the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the Lovers. And I ended up having, the Lovers is Gemini, the sign of the twins. I'm at my twin sisters at the moment. We ended up having a bit of a row this morning. So the 8 of Swords was kind of the argument with the twin sister. With the Lover's energy, and then the 9 of Swords was me worrying because this morning I'd made a mistake with some recordings that I'd done yesterday, and that was the 5 of Cups, the Fool, and the 8 of Swords. So you see how the tarot works. You don't always take a card to be just because you read it in a book. What I'm trying to say is this has many meanings, the star. And the star means, if you are the star, you're probably going to be recognised this week. Maybe people are kind of recognising you for who you are. Maybe people are seeing your greatness. Maybe people are seeing your abilities and your skills and your talents as the star, because that's the star card. It's where you're shining brightly. Some of you guys might be offering guidance to others as the star, because the star is all about being that guiding light. Some of you guys, Scorpio, if you've been through any difficulties, you might be overcoming that this week. There might be healing. You might be feeling better with the star energy showing here as well. yeah, so the Star is an absolutely amazing card. It's one of my most favourite cards. I think it's most tarot readers' favourite card anywhere within the tarot. You're definitely showing us the Star. Lovely. What's the theme of the week? So the Eight of Swords. And what did I say? The Eight of Swords is probably, it's a card about mental limitations. So sometimes this is very much a card that indicates our fears. And usually what happens with the Eight of Swords is that it's all mental. So sometimes when you get the Eight of Swords, you're feeling trapped, or you're feeling anxious, or you're feeling nervous, or you're feeling... This is the card of the social anxiety person. This is the card that indicates somebody has, you know, a lot of kind of fears and worries, but a lot of it is mental, a lot of it is what you think. So sometimes this card indicates being unable or finding it difficult to come out of some form of a mental prison. This is all about feeling trapped. This is all about phobias. So sometimes this card can represent having a phobia, for example, with the Eight of Swords energy. And sometimes this can literally be, you know, being trapped. Sometimes this card indicates that we are trapped and that we find when we look out, we feel, well, life is limited. What are we going to do? It's like the Hanged Man sometimes. Your hands are tied. You can see on this Eight of Swords, this person, it almost looks like they're doing it to themselves, but you can see here the blindfold is on. So sometimes with the Eight of Swords, you don't see stuff. All you see is as far as what's going on in your imagination. So this is the card about mental and also physical entrapment. And sometimes when we're feeling trapped mentally and when we feel that something is impossible, because this is the card of powerlessness, is really the Eight of Swords. So if you want to put everything kind of into one, it's the card about feeling powerless. And some of you guys have been feeling powerless. But this week, I'm hoping to God, Scorpio, that you guys are getting out of this, because you're showing us the Star this week. I feel that you're healing. Okay, and I also feel that you're gaining some great insight as well, because the Star is all about insight, introspection, things becoming clearer. So I'm hoping this week, Scorpio, that you guys are gaining insight on what's been going on here, because I wouldn't be surprised if this was something mental that's been going on with some of you guys. Some of you guys have been feeling very fearful, very anxious, probably even suffering from maybe from an anxiety disorder. But I feel with the Star energy, you guys showing us the Star, you're kind of probably doing your own investigative work. And we know that Scorpios, remember guys, I'm a Scorpio as well, we do our own investigating, don't we? We're known as the investigators of the tarot. Scorpios are. We're the researchers, we're the private eyes, we're the investigators. Wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are doing some investigation of your own, because you're showing as the Star. All right, you are the Star. So that means I feel that there is a sense of enlightenment coming to Scorpio this week, and you're gaining insight on what's been going on inside of yourself. So some of you guys, as I said, feeling down, feeling depressed, maybe anxious, I really feel that you're gaining insight of what has been going on with that Eight of Swords energy there, which is beautiful. What is the goal for the week that Scorpio has? Wow, Ace of Swords. It's incredible. Clarity. The reading is just coming together. Your goal is to get clarity, and it's all about you. Every single bit of this reading, Scorpio, I don't think this is anything external. I don't think it is. I think it's something that's been going on with Scorpio for a long time, and I think it's something that you've been harboring. I think it's something that you've been living with. I think it's something very much mental, something very much about the mind, and how you've been having some limiting thoughts, probably limiting ideas. Probably some of you guys, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to kind of diagnose depression, but definitely the Eight of Swords is a card about depression and fear, because I've been through this. When you're a tarot reader, what I always advise people to do, I've got my little niece to basically do herself a tarot journal every day. She doesn't really do it though, but I think she just wanted to learn the tarot for a party trick or something for some friends she was going to see. But I say, if you really want to learn tarot, get yourself, the best way to learn tarot is to do 1 to 3 card draw every day and write down how those cards manifested. Because certainly for me, Eight of Swords has always worked as frustration, fear and anxiety, and it's all of my own doing. It's all in here. And I think that you have, Scorpio, because I know that Scorpios are prone to depression as well, because we're so deep. We tend to internalize a lot of things, and that's the thing with the Eight of Swords. It's about internalizing fears, internalizing worries. It's as bad as your Nine of Swords in a way, but it feels to me, just looking at you guys being the Star and also your goal being the Ace of Swords, this is you guys gaining an insight into the problems that you've been having, the mental, the fears, the anxieties, the worries that you've been having with this Eight of Swords energy. Your goal is to gain clarity, again, further insight with the Ace of Swords energy. What is the obstacle, Scorpio, that you need to overcome this week. Let's have a look. Well, what you need to, well, the Ten of Swords. Again, another sword card. Depression. This to me is depression. I don't, as I say, I'm not a doctor, so I don't diagnose stuff. All right, but my readings, even though, you know, as a tarot reader on your website, you got to put readings on for entertainment purposes. They're not really entertainment because they are designed to help people. That's what I'm here for. That's why I do tarot. Simple as. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I wouldn't even bother my arse if I thought I couldn't help a person. Because I've been through a lot myself. I won't lie. I've been through a hell of a lot through my life. And I have felt every single one of these cards. So when they're showing up now, for some reason, they're hitting me quite hard as I'm doing the reading. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this reading. I'm feeling... I can't even tell you what I'm beginning to feel when I'm going through these cards. More than any reading that I've done for Scorpio, I'm feeling something quite strong here. You need to try and overcome the obstacle of this Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is mental pressure. That's what the Ten of Swords... This is why I say to you, when you learn tarot, don't just go with the books. Please don't. You know, do your own research. Learn the cards for yourself and what they mean for you on a daily basis, because you can add them to your arsenal of information and keywords. Ten of Swords is depression. It is. It's depression. It's when you feel the weight of the world is on you. You know, we go from the 8 to the 10, which is worse. This is completely like I've given up with the Ten of Swords. This is complete mental burden, mental stress. This is a really stressy card. So some of you guys, I know that you've been going through something, Scorpio. I know that you've been going through shit. I know some of you guys have been going through hell. And you're going to have to try and overcome the obstacle that these swords are going to want to bring you down. And they're going to want you to stay down. Because last week's reading was about fighting those demons. Do you remember it? For those of you who tapped in last week, Scorpio, it was about fighting those fears, fighting those demons last week. And as I say, the devil gives work for idle hands to do. You know, sometimes if you just sit back and just think and do nothing, that's when all of these horrible thoughts start to take hold. That's when you become immobile. That's when you become really, really fearful. And it's difficult. And I don't want to say you can just do it like that, because it's a process. And last week we spoke about Scorpio becoming better and freer and becoming more enlightened. But it was a process and not to rush the process. And it's the same here. The obstacle you need to overcome is the Ten of Swords. No mean feat. I'll tell you that now with the Ten of Swords, Scorpio. It's tricky. It can be tricky with the Ten of Swords, because when you're down, and when everything is kind of encompassing you, and every single thought that you have is probably quite negative, it really can keep you in this place, because the Ten of Swords is the card of the victim. So some of you guys probably need to overcome as well the obstacle of feeling like the victim, because the Eight of Swords is the same thing. They're both victim mentality cards. All right, and because swords represent the way that we think, this is definitely the victim mentality card. So some of you guys need to try and overcome the obstacle of kind of allowing those negative thoughts to really kind of keep you down, because you're already kind of gaining insight this week into what the hell's been going on with you, into why you've been feeling so anxious for some of you guys, why you've been feeling so down for some of you guys, why you might have been feeling so depressed. You're already starting to have that mental breakthrough, and your goal is to get the mental breakthrough by the end of the week. And going into the further weeks. What could you be achieving, Scorpio, by the end of the week? The King of Coins. Groundedness is the King of Coins. But this is the epitome of groundedness. This is achievement with the King of Coins energy. But because it's a coin energy, it's a pentacle, it's all about earth energy. So he's the epitome of the pip stroke court cards. You can't get higher than the King of Coins. So this is where you are achieving absolute groundedness. You're starting to feel quite leveled out with the King of Coins energy. What you're achieving is that clarity to a certain extent. Now, I'm not saying that you'll do all of this in 1 week, because I still feel that it's a process. But the King of Coins is health. It's where you're starting to feel stronger. Your energy levels are up. You're starting to feel far more grounded and on an even keel. And that's what you could be achieving with that King of Coins energy. It's a really nice reading so far. It's lovely. Starting just to feel more balanced with the King of Coins energy. What do you need to avoid, Scorpio? The Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. I think the Queen of Pentacles for me is anyone who wants to kind of... because she's a great card. She's the Queen of Sacred Circles in this deck, which is the Ancestral Path Tarot that I'm using for this area here. But what you might want to avoid with the Queen of Coins is when she gives advice, she's very kind of, you need more of a Queen of Swords on this type of thing. You don't need a Queen of Wands and you don't need a Queen of Pentacles. You need a Queen of Cups or a Queen of Swords, because Queen of Swords is somebody who deals with the mind, and the Queen of Cups is somebody who deals with the emotions. This is somebody who deals with things on a very practical level. So anyone who's going to come at you and say, well, maybe you need to do this and maybe you need to do that, somebody who kind of just makes things very, what's the word? It's not that they rationalize it for you. It's more that they're giving you advice in terms of things that you can do to lift you out of this thing. When in fact, it might be that this kind of difficult stage that some of you Scorpios have been through, Scorpio, it needs to be approached from a different angle and not the angle of the Queen of Coins. Even though I like the Queen of Coins because she's very good. You know, she's the type of person that says, well, maybe you should be getting out in nature. You know, maybe you need to take more. She can be the type that says, well, maybe you need to take some alternative therapy or, you know, alternative pills or alternative medicines. Or I quite like her, actually. And I don't know why she's in the avoidance, because I actually think that she has a lot to say and she has a lot of valuable information to give. But for some reason, you've got, I mean, for some of you guys, it might literally be a person that you need to avoid. Maybe this is somebody who's adding to this Eight of Swords energy. So for some of you guys, Scorpio, it might be there's a person here, literally Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, male, female, that you need to avoid. But having said that, it's tricky because the Queen of Coins isn't somebody that I've seen just sitting on her ass doing nothing. She's a worker, is the Queen of Coins. She's a hard worker. She's a multitasker. So we couldn't say, well, you need to avoid just sitting at home drinking tea and eating biscuits, because she's not that type of lady. She likes to keep fit. Now, if it was the Empress, I'd probably say, maybe you need to avoid sitting back and just kind of drinking tea, eating biscuits and doing nothing. Because I think that you personally need to be active. If this is resonating with you, I think that you personally need to be active. But actually, what I'm going to say here is, thinking about this card, I've just thought of a word. I think you need to avoid holding on to things, because that's the Queen of Coins energy. It's holding on to things. She holds things very close to her chest. That's what the Queen of Coins does. So we're going to use that line with this Queen of Coins. I think that you need to avoid holding certain things close to your chest. Do you see how the cards work? They can work for good or for bad. You can't just read a card one way. It's pointless. It makes no sense. The Queen of Coins holds things very closely to her chest, so she can be a card that indicates possession as well in the upright. Because when she holds on to something, she really holds it dear to her heart. So maybe you guys need to avoid holding certain things close to your chest, because I actually feel that this is a time for letting go. Because it almost feels like it needs to be for Scorpio that the slate is wiped clean on a situation here. What do you need to embrace? Let's have a look. Did I say letting go? The Five of Cups. Can you see that guy there? When it's over, it's over. Five of Cups to me is about letting go. I know that the card focuses, and I think that the Five of Cups showed up for Scorpio. I think it showed up for you guys last week, didn't it, Scorps? Where we talked about the Five of Cups, do you remember? And we said, for us, it was about kind of looking at those three cups and saying, the relationship's gone, or the friendship's gone, or this is over, or that is over. And just kind of saying, okay, that's done. Okay, let's move. It hurts. It does hurt. But, you know, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. The two cups are behind. Don't know what these two buggers are doing behind. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's taking this man's woman. But he's kind of turned his back. Can you see how the back is turned? So whatever's going on with them pair there, he said, okay, fair enough. I'm just going to turn my back and I'm going to let it go. So it's turning the back. Remember with the tarot, look at those pictures. Because we don't just want to go with standard meanings of cards. I'm telling you that straight now. You want to look at these cards for yourself. What does it say to you? What stands out to me is the guy's got his back turned. It's time to let go, Scorpio. Avoid holding on, which is what the Queen of Coins does. Because when she values something, she holds on to it dearly. Can you see how that coin is there in the back? It's put up as an emblem on her wall. So for me, avoid holding on to things that no longer serve a purpose. And embrace that it's time to turn the back. And let go, no matter how painful it is. He's obviously in pain here. And he's obviously standing there. He's like, oh God, I'm going to cry. I'm going to break down, but I've got to let her go. I'll let her go to this man here. Do you know what I mean? It's time just to let go. let go of the wounds. Let go of the hurt. It hurts, but you've got to start the process, Scorpio. If you need advice and support, where can you go for that? The High Priestess. Wonderful. Go to somebody who can... The High Priestesses are counselors and advisors within the tarot. They're people who can give you very valuable information. Whether this is spiritual information, whether this is, you know, everyday mundane information. She's an oracle of information. Go to someone you trust. She's also a very nurturing lady as well, because she absorbs everybody's energies and everybody's problems. So if you need help, go to the person who's closest to you. Or go to somebody who is caring and nurturing, as the High Priestess is. Somebody who's going to be able to help you through your difficulties. Someone who you can talk to. Because she soaks everything up with a sponge. This lady does. She really does. And if you've got a secret, she's going to keep it as well. So go to somebody that you can trust. Just put it like that with the High Priestess. If you need help, Scorpio, this week, go to somebody that you can trust. Someone who you know is going to keep your confidences. You know? Someone who you can talk to. Somebody who's not going to kind of be very rushy with you. He says, after 5 minutes, right, I've got to go. But this lady will sit and listen all day. Just go to someone that you can trust and that you can open up to, which would be the High Priestess. She can be anything. She can be a doctor. She can be a nurse. She can be a counsellor. She can be your sister. She can be your brother. She can be your mom. She can be anyone. It's just somebody who will keep your secrets and someone who you can trust. Because I feel that for some of you guys, you need to avoid holding on to something that you still consider to be of value with the Queen of Coins energy. And you need to embrace letting it go. No matter how painful it is, just let it go. Okay? And if you need support, go to someone who is kind, nurturing and helpful, and who will keep your secrets, who you can talk to in confidence, which is the High Priestess energy showing there, Scorpio. This is a terrific week for you. A really, really good week, because Scorpio is finally saying, aha, I get it. I need to get insight with the star energy on the anxiety, the fear, perhaps it's depression, sadness that I've been feeling. My goal for the week is to get that mental clarity on this situation. I need to know. I need to know. I need to overcome the obstacle that I have been feeling really low. I've been feeling really sorry for myself with the Ten of Swords energy. I've practically given up. Sometimes it's all I can do to get out of the bed sometimes, that type of thing. Because by the end of the week, you could be accomplishing the King of Coins. Full rounded groundedness, really starting to feel quite balanced again with that King of Coins energy. Avoid holding on to things that you still consider to be of value, because they are of no value to you. You've got to let them go. You've got to embrace the Five of Cups. As hard as it might be, let it go. Just turn the back and let it go. And if you need support, go to somebody that you trust and somebody who will keep your confidence. The High Priestess. Beautiful energies. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is from the universe, Scorpio, on this reading. I'm just going to bring up these other cards here. Let's have a look. So, the advice, Scorpio, for the week is from the angels. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Scorpio, please? Just give me a sentence for Scorpio. It says yes. The card is yes. Scorpio. It says yes, you need to reconsider. And don't stop. Because within the next few weeks, there will be abundance. Okay, so we'll go through that again. The angels are saying, Scorpio, yes, you do need to reconsider. Don't stop. So it's almost like within the, it says here, it always feels like to me it's saying, yes, you need to reconsider continuing, because this is don't stop. But if I'm going to read it as a sentence, it means to me to continue. You need to reconsider continuing, because within the next few weeks, you're going to have abundance. Okay, that's the first reading done. What a beautiful reading. I'm really happy to see that reading, Scorpio. I think it's lovely. Let's have a quick look at what's going on for work in 10 cards for Scorpio over the next few days. 16th to the 22nd of September. Show me Scorpio and work. Whoops. There's a card falling down there. Okay, we've got a Knight of Cups showing up first. Some form of an offer. We'll get the other 9 cards. Give me the other 9 cards for work for Scorpio. Let's have a look. I like to put everything face down, and then I like to pick it up with you guys and be as surprised as you are when we see the cards. Let's just pull these over here. I know it's nice for quickening up the shuffle, isn't it? But I don't have privy to that at the moment, unfortunately. All right, so we've got our cards down. Let's have a look. So we've got the Knight of Cups in work. This should be an invitation or an offer coming in. When you get the Knight of Cups, it will be an offer or an invitation. Okay, Ten of Coins. Perhaps you're being invited. This could be something like a secure job or to change job. Tens are changing cycles. Or you're being invited to complete something here. The Ten of Coins is a completion card as well, so it's to complete a project. Or maybe you're receiving help. Because the Knight of Cups, it's not just getting an offer. When you get the Cup cards, they're helping. They're giving you help. So maybe some of you guys, it makes sense to me actually, because this isn't usually the job card. It will tell you kind of like what the job is, but it's not necessarily indicating a new job. So I feel that you're receiving help in completing a project here for some of you guys with that Ten of Coins and the Knight of Cups energy showing here. The Moon card showing up here. So moons in work readings can be fears or hidden enemies, for example, with the moon energy. Okay, I feel that you guys are finally overcoming some worries or anxieties that you've been experiencing, because the Eight of Cups is walking away from the moon. So I actually feel that you're going to be helped. I think if you've got a lot on your plate, Scorpio, somebody might help you with the Knight of Cups energy to complete a project with the Ten of Coins energy showing there. And I feel that you're finally going to be released from worries and anxieties with the Moon and the Eight of Cups. It could also be maybe with the Moon and the Eight of Cups that within 1 month some of you guys could be leaving a job, for example, showing up here. Let's have a look at the next card. You've got two Knights in the reading, the Knight of Coins. So the Knight of Coins can be a permanent job. The Knight of Coins can be slow movement. It can be delays. It's an interesting one, but this can also be a steady stream of income. Okay, I actually feel that within 1 month, some of you guys might find a steady job. The Knight of Coins would usually be a steady job within the tarot. So it could be within 1 month, the Moon energy. Some of you guys with the Eight of Cups are going to find a steady job. If you haven't got a steady job, it almost feels like you're going to be finding one, or you're going to be getting one within about a month's time. I also feel that you could receive some help in terms of completing a project. Maybe this project's been giving you a lot of worries with the Moon energy, and I actually feel that finally you're going to be overcoming that. But I also feel within 1 month you could be either looking for or finding a permanent job, for example, with the Knight of Coins energy, or at least a job where it's an intermediate level that you can kind of work your way up the ladder, that type of thing. Four of Swords, sometimes this is withdrawal, taking a break in terms of a job. I think that some of you guys are probably contemplating a new job or doing something new in terms of work. You've got the Judgment card. Judgment card is all about doing something new. It's about new beginnings. So I feel some of you guys are contemplating doing something new in terms of work. Yeah, and you've got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving. So definitely contemplating a new job, moving away from what you have at the moment. I feel it's the right time to move with the Justice energy. Justice is the right thing, so I feel that this is the right time to move. Some of you guys, it's the right time to move, and I think that you're definitely contemplating a move here. Seven of Cups, lots of options to consider though. So let's do this work reading again, Scorpio. This week, I feel some of you guys might be invited, well, not invited, you might be helped to complete a project this week with that Knight of Cups and the Ten of Coins energy. You might also be invited to a new establishment, for example. I mean, we do have the Judgment energy showing there, which is all about new things happening. So might be you're invited to go into another establishment, or maybe with the Knight of Cups you're being given help to complete a project in work. Ten of Coins energy showing there. I feel that you guys are considering a new job or moving on to a new job with that Six of Swords as well. I feel it would definitely be the right time to do this with the Justice energy, and there's a lot of options for you guys to look at and consider. I do feel that you guys are finally overcoming and possibly you're either looking to move away maybe from some difficult energy within work, but also I feel you're overcoming some problems here within work, especially if you're getting help to complete a project here. Showing up with the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Coins. I also feel, Scorpio, that some of you guys that within 1 month it could be that you find with the Eight of Cups energy, if you're not in a steady job with the Knight of Coins. Okay, let's have a quick look at your love reading. I try you, it's lovely when I'm at home doing readings, but I'm at my sister's for the last few days because it's really warm in England at the moment. It's really difficult to record when it's so warm in the flat, and having the fans on and stuff is a bit of a nuisance when I'm recording because you can hear the fans in the background. Let's have a look at love. What do we see for love for Scorpio over the next 10 days? What do we see for love for Scorpio over the next 10 days? Let's have a quick look. So, we'll just turn them all over actually. That 10 of coins again as well. So 10 of coins is a secure, stable relationship with the 10 of coins. It's also a family card. Page of coins though. So page of coins, when that shows up for love, this can be the card of being cautious or moving really, really slowly. Let's have a look at the next one. 7 of coins. You've got a lot of coin cards around you for love. So this is rewards for hard effort when you get the 7. On this particular deck, the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux deck, the 7 of coins is where you're gaining. It's not waiting. For me, this is gaining. Look, she's got all the money in her basket. So hard work, gaining rewards for hard work. Page of Pentacles is investigation. This is somebody who's a skeptic. This is somebody who's taking their time to investigate a relationship. They're not rushing into anything. They want to learn as much as they possibly can within a relationship with the Page of Coins energy showing here. I feel that your cautiousness is paying off though with the Page of Coins and the 10 of Coins. Sorry, with the Page of Coins and the 7 of Coins. I think that your patience is paying off in a relationship this week, Scorpio. Let's have a look at the next card showing up here. Changes coming in, death, endings. Let's have a look at the next one. Knight of Cups. That's interesting. So there's a change coming in and it's indicating the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I actually feel that this death is not so bad. I actually feel that what's happening here, I feel that there is a completion. There's a cycle that's coming to completion now in terms of your love life. And I feel that this completion with that 10 of coins is actually talking about your patience is paying off. So it almost feels like to me, Scorpio, that some of you guys have been really careful in terms of love. You've been really careful in terms of who you choose. You've been really selective with that Page of Coins. And I think it's paying off with the 7 of Coins energy showing here. Because I actually feel that there's a change, a massive change coming in. And new love shows up afterwards. So I feel there's a change and new love coming in. So this is why your patience, and if you, I think this is for you guys who have been single. I mean, if it doesn't happen this week, it will happen in the consequent weeks. But I think that some of you guys have been really guarded. But I think it's paying off now because I actually feel a big change is coming in for Scorpio. Massive transformation. I'm not reading you as the death card right now, but I feel that there's a massive transformation coming in for you, Scorpio, and there's new love on the horizon with the Knight of Cups. However, we do have the Moon. Moon is fears, worries, anxieties, but also secrets with the Moon energy. Secrets are going to be revealed here. You've got the Sun, Moon and the Sun. So I see some secrets being revealed, though, in terms of love. 9 of Wands. Somebody's looking really tired here with the 9 of Wands energy. Somebody's looking really tired in a relationship. 2 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. Somebody's sick of something within a relationship showing here. Justice energy. So this is righting a wrong with the Justice energy. 9 of Wands can also be protecting a relationship, but this person looks really tired of the relationship here. I think with the Justice energy, there are decisions to be made. I'm seeing a couple of things in this relationship reading. Number one, I feel that there is the ending of a cycle coming in with the 10 of Pentacles energy. But I do feel that this ending of a cycle is all about your patience, your selectivity, your cautiousness starting to pay off with that 7 of Coins. And I feel for some of you guys there's a major change coming in. Possibly a new lover, the Knight of Cups arriving. When you read death in love cards, it doesn't always mean the ending of a relationship. If you've been single, which I think some of you guys are single that are watching this, could say, well, there's a change about to happen, which I think is that death card, and in arrives the Knight of Cups. So I feel a new lover is coming in for some of you guys. This might be a good one, because I feel that some of you guys have been really, really patient and really selective. You've just taken your time, and that's why you're being rewarded by the universe. The universe is actually giving you what you want, Scorpio, in terms of love. I also feel, though, for some of you guys, it could be that a secret is going to be revealed. It might be within a long-term relationship as well with the 10 of Coins energy. It almost feels like this secret is one of you is very tired of the relationship here. And there's a big decision that needs to be made as well. Very interesting there. So I'm seeing a couple of things. Let's have a quick look at your advice cards before we finish. Universe Spirit, what is the advice in love that you have for Scorpio this week? What's the advice you have for Scorpio in love this week? Children, your love life is being affected by children. Interesting. Okay. And also for work and money, what is the advice you have for Scorpio, please? Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. Okay. So it says here, the key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes your own reward. Okay. And finally, let's get your 3-card answer deck. These cards are as accurate as anything. I love the answer deck. Universe Spirit, in 3 cards from the answer deck, what is the advice you have for Scorpio this week? Right, the Lovers, that shows up now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's saying it again. The truth is coming out in a relationship. The Lovers and the truth is going to bring peace. How interesting is that? Same thing it was saying here, that a secret is being revealed. The moon is secrecy, revelation is the sun. Okay, somebody's growing tired within a relationship. It might be that decisions need to be made, or maybe something needs to be rectified with the justice energy, but it's saying the same thing in the answer deck. That the truth's coming out in a relationship, but it's going to bring peace. And that peace could indeed be the justice card, that it rectifies everything in the relationship. How interesting is that? All right, Scorpio. That's your reading for the week. I'd like to say sorry that we don't have the opening titles this week and all that type of thing. It's just that, you know, I didn't have all the equipment here today to do that. But yeah, I enjoyed doing your reading very much so as always. If you'd like a private reading, just click on the comment section below. You'll see my link to my websites in there. And have a great week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.